Basketball Jones, I got a basketball Jones, I got a basketball Jones, ooh baby, ooh.
Kane is in the building.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
What time is it? Sloan in the corner for the win!
I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story.
Now Myers to win the league, yes!
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Stand and
Well, hello and welcome to the Below the Rim show, a show dedicated to the BBL. It's me, Pabs, of course, joined... Well, I was going to say joined as always by my man Ads, but he's going to be late. Although I did message him. He's not been very good on the messages. He disappeared. We'll talk about that in a bit. He kind of disappeared off the face of the planet. But I am joined, however, by our northernmost correspondent, Mr. Grant Young. How are you, sir? The brave-hearted, of course.
Alright, sorry. Hi.
Good.
Are we all good?
There. Lovely.
I just expected you to say the main man Ads, and then I thought I was going to be second, so hi. Brilliant. How are we all good?
Going well so far, isn't it? At least it's not live, so we could start again if we need to.
No, who does that?
Yeah. Nicholson's here, and the media guru. How are you, sir?
You said Nicholson and the media guru. I've been demoted.
The media guru, you deaf prick. Come on, what are you doing?
Currently? Drinking some red wine. How are you?
It's that... yeah, red wine. I was looking at the glass there. It didn't look like it was... But it's got the old stem on it there. I'm recording the video from this, so I may put this out. Who knows?
Oh, you didn't say that.
I'm definitely putting this bit out. As I said, Ads will be joining us until he does. Well, not even until he does, but for the rest of the evening, we are joined by Jack from the Pat Pack. Jack Waters, how are you, sir?
Not bad, mate. Not too bad. Thank you for the invite. I'm genuinely shocked to be here.
You need to get closer to your microphone. You were loud earlier.
Yeah, no one wants to see me get closer.
There you go. That's better.
It's a mouthful, isn't it?
Loud and clear. How are you, sir? You good?
Yeah, not too bad. Genuinely shocked to be here.
Don't be shocked. I've been on your show.
You and me both, mate.
I've been on your show. You come on my show. How have you found, before we get started...
We've been here over a year, Paul. Still not left.
They're in his little room. How have you found podcasting?
Do you know what? When I first started, I was genuinely worried that no one would listen. And I was okay with that, to be fair. Because it's just more me ranting. But the more I've done it, the more I've enjoyed it. And the fact that I've roped Nathan into it as well. The fact that he's kind of getting more involved and playing around with tricks. And, you know, we've started making T-shirts and stuff. It's all been great fun. Genuinely been great fun.
Big fan of the T-shirts, obviously. Legendary T-shirts.
We've got a new episode of it this week coming out with a intriguing special guest.
Oh.
I'm going to leave it at that.
I'm guessing from the look on his face, it's Nicholson.
Well, yeah, it is.
Good man, good man. Well, welcome to the show. You'll fit right in. You've already got some alcohol in your hand. It'll go quickly and smoothly, I'm sure. the drink, that is. The podcast never goes quickly or smoothly. Grant's on it and all. He's on the red wine as well. All right, coming up on tonight's show, we're obviously going to talk about the playoff final.
That's a chaotic opening.
We'll whisk through our BTR awards, including the fan awards. We'll get through that. I'll announce the FBBL Fantasy Draft League champion as well. Managed to keep that under wraps for a couple of weeks now, thanks to Ali Gilfillan, who shared the league table with me, and then I hit it. And then we've got the end of the season quiz, some final words. But to start things off, I think we're right in doing this. Let's start things off with the big news at half-time at the playoff final. Ramon Fletcher announcing his retirement from the BBL and moving back to the States, as it were, as well. He didn't divulge too much into that, but obviously that's something that will come to light. But he said it himself at half-time. He probably could play on physically for a bit longer. I have some thoughts on that as well, which won't be popular, but not regarding Ramon, of course. But he's been an absolute legend in our league. And Grant, my man, you were the man. You were the first man to talk to him after his interview, and it was caught on camera, and I screenshotted it and everything.
See, when I spoke to you last night, I was like, "What are you talking about?" Like, I was so confused. I didn't realise. I just walked back on from being out getting a drink or something, and then read your message and seen your video, and then I was like, "What the hell?" And then he was just walking towards me, and I was just like, "Dude, I've just." Didn't realise he'd just been on Sky Sports to the Nation, and then there I was.
I love the fact that I've got this image of like Ramon just like poured his heart out, and he turned around to face this freaking crazy Scotsman with a can of flipping iron brew in his hand.
What jersey did you have? You have a Luka Doncic jersey on?
Jokic.
Oh, Jokic. Yeah. Very nice.
The Joker. I've spoken to Ramon at plenty of games, Paul. It's not just a crazy Scottish guy speaking to someone. How
was he when you spoke to him?
It was great, and like I did a wee interview with him later on. So if you check out the Gladcast podcast, it came out I think this morning on the post game reaction. Recorded a couple of minutes with him, and just you could tell he feels his time. He feels he can go on and play more. But he made a good point and said something about it becoming like his job rather than just the love of basketball. And for when he got to that stage, he knew time was coming. He's just, what a brilliant guy. He's been such a brilliant person for the BBL. He speaks so well, speaks so highly for our league. He's killed every team. I said that to him. I was like, thank you for destroying my team on many, many occasions. Everyone knew what way he was going to go. He was going to go left. But no one was able to stop him. Like, what a guy, what a player, and been brilliant to watch him kind of play the majority of his pro career in the BBL.
Nicholson, my man.
I got so much love for that guy. I've got two real fond memories. One which was the COVID season, and watching him not against us, but when it came to the playoff finals. Leicester Newcastle, and just watched this young at the time Gino Crandell turning it up in the playoff finals and the playoff semi-finals, and then seeing Ramon Fletcher just put them in his pocket.
Well, this is one of the things a
quality professional exciting game, and he did it in real as a class act as well. None of this, no nonsense, no over the top thing, just pure basketball kind of purity. And the other thing with Ramon was I had this random email. It was last year, and I remember it come through, and I sat there in my inbox, and it was like Ramon Fletcher, and I was like, what? And I had this email come through from him asking me if he could interview me as part of his masters that he was doing. I think it's his masters, and I emailed him back straight away. I was like, mate, I'm all in, whatever you want. You're a legend, mate. Whatever you want to do. And I finally got spoken to him on a Zoom call, and I was amazed that after about a month of him sending this email to every team in the league, that about 3 people got back to him. And I was just absolutely gobsmacked. And then spending some time talking to him, the Zoom call was, the probably interview was about 15 minutes long, and we probably spoke for about an hour. Just a good dude, knowledgeable, speaks well. I'm sure whatever he's doing moving forward, he will be a success of it, because he doesn't know anything else but to be a success. So I don't think there'll be any issues there.
Jack, my man, you're relatively new to the league. What are your experiences of Ramon?
I mean, to be honest with you, my favourite memory of him was actually the last game of last season. He came to Villians, and obviously it was a winner go on. And unfortunately for him, the Newcastle side bowed out, and he was slumped over on the Newcastle bench. And where we were sat at the time was actually in that section behind the Newcastle bench. And I just shouted down to him, like, just generic saying, look, great game, because he still still took my breath away watching him perform at that level, even in a losing cause. But he looked up, put the thumbs up, and it just radiated class and dignity from the fact that even though that he must have been completely crushed on the inside about what had just happened, he still had the time to acknowledge not even his own fans, but fans of the game. And it's going to be a massive loss to the league, like without even thinking about it twice.
Nicholson, mate, you said something that struck me when I made that little tribute to him, because I think, first of all, I think the league should have made one, because he has been such a good servant to the league, and I mean, to be fair, I've never taken flack for it in saying that he is literally a generational great. He's given us his best years of basketball, and he has dominated in 8 seasons. I mean, an 8-year stretch like his is good. I mean, it's historically it's one of the best 8-year stretches, including the 90s and the noughties. But the one thing that stood out to me was how he saw off all challenges.
Yeah,
he came up that semi-final against Leicester. Gino Crandall's the new kid on the block. First leg, I think Leicester was slightly ahead. Ramon scored 34 points. I think they were down big, and he brought them back. He scored 34 points, 6 assists. Gino was 20 and 7 in that one. The second leg, then he still kicked on and did it again. It's 27 points in that second leg, and he held. And what you'll notice as well is they threw so many different bodies at him. They threw Gino at him. They threw Jamel Anderson at him, and he had his way with every single one of them. But if you watch a lot of it, he picked up Gino on defense a lot, and kept Gino to 11 points in that second leg. And then in the final, I mean, he's come up against Justin Robertson probably the season before that anyway, but just far better player. Just dominated him.
But he was a sort of person, when you watch him, like you're saying, was that special. When you watch him, you expect him to be probably maybe distanced from fans and media and people not on the court. But I remember everyone, because it was the COVID year, everyone was staying in like the same hotel. So the Raiders players and staff were in the same hotel as the Newcastle players and staff.
Right.
And I remember walking in, and I knew Drew Lasker, so I went over to speak to Drew, and Fletch was there. And it was the first time I've ever met him.
Yeah. And
just straight away, eye contact, handshaking. Hey man, nice to meet you. Heard a lot about you. Blah 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 blah. And
Nothing
just talking like he just knows everything and anyone going on in the league. And I'm like, this is amazing. I just expected him to give me a nod and say, "Hey, what's up, man?"
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
He was just such a nice guy, and from then, I was a fan of him as a person and not just a basketball player.
And even the amount of times he has destroyed every team, let's be honest. You speak remember when Johnny came on the show, Johnny Bunyan, what did he say about Ramon? Said he's one of the nicest guys around.
Yeah.
And that's a fellow pro. We're saying it from off the court stuff. On the court, guys are saying it. And it just shows you that he's such a nice guy. I've spoken to him a few times this season, and the guy's a natural winner, and he'll do whatever his team needs to win. But the second the buzzer goes at the end, he's just an honest, really open guy, and so committed to try and help his team win. It's hopefully it'll be interesting to see who's the next Ramon for us in the BBL. We have we always talk about generation. Sorry, Paul. These kind of guys generationally, who will kind of be the next one? Because that's
you got to give us your time, haven't you?
That's it. Who's going to be the next kind of point guard to kind of give us their time to be here during the kind of their peak years, and not just 2, 3, 4, but for how long Ramon's been around. Ramon's just been an absolute baller in the BBL for so long and deserves to have all the accolades he has.
Johnny as well. Go on, sorry.
I was going to say 2 final things, perhaps. Sorry, and then I'll be done on it. It was the first one was we were having the show, and it was your birthday.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah. And literally picked up the phone mid-show. Hey, Fletch, it's Babs' birthday, and that's all I needed to say.
That's so
within within 5 minutes, I've got a video message from him. Like 5 minutes.
And that made your day, didn't it, Babs?
Hang on, fucking year, yeah.
and it was Mother's Day, and a fan contacted us and said, "Hey, Paul, I took my mum to her first game the other day, and you were playing against Manchester, and she absolutely fell in love with Ramon Fletcher." Fair enough. Like, can you get hold of him, like, to get like a card signed or something like that? So we got a photo printed, sent it in the post. He signed it at training, sent it back in time for Mother's Day. Job done. No issues.
Legend.
Yeah.
Like,
What a legend.
And we've asked multiple point guards as well who they don't want to guard and come up against, and it was always Ramon. Josh Wiltshire, I remember Johnny Bunyan said it as well, and I interviewed Quincy Taylor a while back, and he said the same thing. But look out, we're going to take I'll talk about this later on, but we're going to take a bit of a rest after this show. But there will be. I am trying to get Ramon on a podcast, which could happen sooner rather than later, depending on.
That'll be a 6-hour special. That'll be brilliant.
We'll just talk about the dude's career and the story, his story of how he very nearly wasn't a pro basketball player, but yeah, phenomenal. Right, let's move on. Playoff final took place at the weekend. Just briefly before we do that, Ads went completely AWOL. Josh bet the last time Josh spoke to Ads, he was going to rock up at Josh's house on the Saturday night, and he never turned up. And then no one heard from him. Absolutely no one, because Ads, bless him, had turned his phone off and didn't want to be told of the score because he wasn't going to be able to attend because he had a Manchester Magic prior engagement. But he's all right. He's alive and well, and hopefully he'll rock up later on this evening. But not too much stress for the guys. You still had fun at the venue, didn't you?
We're almost sending out a search party. Getting the police helicopters trying to get a bat signal to help us.
Well, Grant, Mr. Young, sir, you're gonna tell us what it was all about and what it was like. Nicholson, I gather you watched it. Jack, did you watch it as well?
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah. So
I only tuned in for half time for Ramon's announcement, and then I was off again. But Grant, my man, talk to me. The whole venue, the whole evening, the whole event.
It was. You see, I was keen being on a flight. Do you want my full itinerary from flight?
What time did you fly?
I was on a plane at 7:30 in the morning.
Oh, not too bad.
Easy.
Yeah.
Glasgow Airport was mental, but we got there. Almost getting my name called out over the plane. I think I was the third to last passenger on the plane. Jeez. So glad they didn't leave without me. Very kind BA, thank you. That was awesome. The moment you walk in that building when it's empty and they're setting it up, you're just taken by the sheer size of it. Like, I'm sure the first time you guys ever walked in it, even like if it's ground level or into it, you're just like, wow. Like, it just feels like, is this even in the country we live in? Like, it was just spectacular.
Do you want to hear something weird before you carry on?
Okay.
I'm so fucking old. I've been in that place when it was empty.
I remember going to it when it was Millennium Dome, so...
Yeah, when it was empty, though. Nothing in it.
Why were you in it when it was empty?
Because they were in between. They used to run... they used to put different things on. They put the Nike cage football, scorpion football thing on in there.
Oh, brilliant.
And my mate was working on that, so I went in there before they'd set it up, and it was just... Oh, it's vast. It's ridiculously big. When you consider what's in there now, it's insane.
Yeah, 20,000 seat arena and loads of shops and bars and restaurants.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
It was, the sheer size of it was breathtaking. And that's just the arena part. And then, the women's game was decent for the kind of first quarter or so, and then kind of lost its kind of momentum, unfortunately. London deservedly won that. If Leicester had played half as well as they did against the Gladiators in the semi-final the week before, it would have been a great game. Seeing some of the awards, so like obviously from a Gladiators point of view, Coach of the Year for Miguel Ortega, which incredible, what a first season in the WBBL for him, and just curious to see what happens in the WBBL next season. There's lots of talk. You saw a few quotes afterwards from Leicester coach talking about how many teams should be in it, etc., etc. Probably just trying to professionalise it a wee bit. We've all talked about that, and we've seen that kind of discussion in our Discord as well. Dunk contest was decent, and a bit of redemption for Murray Hendry after being cheated out of it for name on right the last few seasons. So absolutely deserved that. However, just wish someone like a Justin Gordon made one or two of his dunks. The amount of clangs he had off the rim was ridiculous. But no, that was quite good fun. And then the main event, the game, what an atmosphere. And obviously being in London, same as what it would have been up in or same as it was in Glasgow for the trophy, a very pro-London crowd, whereas obviously the trophy was a pro-Gladiators crowd, and the place was jumping. It was pretty raucous. Leicester just kept themselves always in it. Sometimes chose some really poor shots, the Riders did. They didn't make much from the free-throw line. And speaking to like Pat Whelan and Rob afterwards, that was a great frustration. Like I think they shot like 50% from the free-throw line.
Oh, wow.
And you're not going to win games against London shooting like that from the free-throw line. Carrington Love was brilliant. Pat Whelan was brilliant. Zach Jackson was brilliant. Darren Nelson-Henry was pretty good at times. But anytime London needed a shot, they put the ball in Taylor or Aaron Best's hands and they just went to work. It was phenomenal to watch them play. Mark Loving almost brought it to a 2-point game with a minute to go, and had that shot gone in, the Riders fans would have got louder, the arena would have got nervous. But yeah, it was actually pretty awesome. Seeing the reaction at full time, speaking to a few different people and players and coaches, like spoke with Ryan Schmidt post game on court, and it reminded me a lot of how it was at the end of the trophy final. And we talked about the trophy final being like an end of a long 20 years for the franchise to win something for my team. But what was really interesting is seeing the whole Lions kind of basketball family come together. It was really interesting seeing like the players with their wives, their kids, and just enjoying that moment. And that's something I suppose professional sport at the end of a season is pretty special for individuals. Like for a lot of those guys, that team will never play another game together. Like as that 12 or 13 or however many guys they've got listed at the moment, like some of them will move on. So it was that kind of special moment of like that end of season. Like it was like the handshakes, the hugs, the embraces, some of the players' kids running around playing with the confetti, and yeah, it was really cool to kind of be part of that moment. And like the kids won't remember the basketball part of it, but like, they might remember throwing confetti at their dad or their mum or whoever. And yeah, it was a pretty cool way to end the day, seeing that kind of celebration as well. And you know what, seeing these guys obviously caring so much about winning. And then I started my journey home and got home, and then I got home at midnight. And
good effort, sir.
So please, anyone who's got a spare 13 minutes, I think it is, check out my recording on Gladcast at the BBL playoff final. We've got time with Pat Whelan, Rob Passanostro, Ryan Schmidt. We speak to Murray Hendry, who won the dunk contest, and then obviously we've got a wee bit with RAHMON as well. So check that out through my social channels or on Spotify as well.
Nicholson, my man, I know you watched it as well.
I did indeed. I won't go into as deep as what Grant did.
I don't want to know your day.
No, like, you know, sat on the sofa, grabbed a beer.
I missed out the time I phoned you, Pablo, and Wagamamas. Don't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was. I like Grant.
I had if you want.
I tuned into. Like Grant, I partly tuned into the women's game. I got into it, and then it just became a scrimmage. And you know, it was uncompetitive, and I kind of then came back on when the men's team started. It was a good game. It was as a mutual. It was entertaining. It was certainly an entertaining game. Leicester did enough to keep it close at times, but I said it in a chat. It seemed like the closest, most comfortable game, because even when Riders brought it back,
like the cup final,
it didn't really seem like they were bringing it back. You know, it didn't seem like, edge your bum seat, edge your bum seat, edge your bum time.
Yeah, I know, edge your seat time. I know what you meant.
That'll be the one, mate.
I know what you meant.
Yeah, that's fine. many wouldn't. But like, it just never seemed like that. It really didn't. You know, they got to a point in the fourth where they had a bit of a shootout, and I just thought that's a bad move. It's a bad move right there because London hit a free, Leicester hit a free, London hit a free, and I thought, you know what, Leicester are going to come up and they're going to put up another free straight away. But this is not the time to do it. Actually, don't get caught up in that emotional game of a 3-point shootout with each other because you won't win. Slow the game down. Try get into the paint, draw some fouls, get some points on the board where the clock's not running, and actually make it a one-possession game. And they just didn't. It was, I don't know. It was good. It was fun to watch, but I just didn't feel like London were threatened at any point.
It would have been interesting to see, obviously, hindsight, had Loving made it, hit that three that like bobbled in, out, roundabout, threatened to drop in three with a minute to go. That's it.
Yeah, of course it would have been, but it's
hindsight doesn't count.
I just didn't feel like London were out of their comfort zone.
It's like the cup final was the same thing. There was a big comeback in that, come back to within 3, I think, but it was never really in doubt.
Yeah, there's a lot of fans. Oh, they lost it on free throws. No, they didn't lose it on free throws. Like, because even if they
would have helped,
of course it would have helped. But it would have helped London if they made some of their open shots that they missed. You know, you make some open ones, you don't make some open ones. They just did not look like it was going to be lost.
Jack, my man, what do you make of it?
I mean, it came from me from the sense from the very beginning. It felt like a game London just was going out of their way. They could not lose that game. Like, there was absolutely no way they could lose that game.
Yeah.
In the sense that, obviously, they've got the cup, they've got the league, but without the playoffs, did they get as far in Europe to class as a successful season? Probably not. But I think the fact that they were always in complete control. You can look at things like the missed 3 from Lovin. Yeah. You can look at the uncharacteristic missed free throws. And it was people that you wouldn't expect to miss free throws as well. But they never really looked like they were in danger. And if they were, they have the best poker face going. Do you know what I mean? If they were in panic stations, you couldn't have told.
But it was just at times as well. Riders went for some stupid shots down the stretch. Like, I think they hit like 3 air balls in the final quarter or throughout the game. There was just numerous poor shots.
They just shouldn't have baited into a shootout with them.
Like, I think some of their big guys missed some really, really poor shots. Like, not even they were open looks and just rushed a shot or whatever. And you're just like, that's just the pressure of playing such a big game.
Yeah, agree.
Jack, my man, go on. Sorry, go on.
I just think when you've got players like Pat Whelan and Jackson and Lovin who are more than capable of making the shots, just because they miss quite badly at times. You can't really look at that, because given that time again, they probably would have taken that shot again. Maybe done a bit better, but that's just me. Oh.
Yeah. Well, shoot. That's what they do. It's a good shot if it drops. It's not a good shot if it doesn't drop. Which is, I mean, the difference in the two teams is, the difference with the Lions and everybody else evidently is the sort of class and the level, the base level, if you like. But Jack, my man, another season of podcasts, you'll be at the O2, surely.
I mean, I'm hoping to. But that will depend on Nathan. He works on the railway, so he sorts out cheap tickets. So if he can get me up there cheap enough, then yeah, I'm 100% up there. Also, if he comes with me, it gets me in first class for free, so it's absolutely buzzing.
Hold up a minute.
Listen, I wish I'd have known that.
Why is this not a sponsorship deal, Paul?
Yeah.
Are we not? Is this a below the rim first class podcast on the cards here?
That's again. I'm not the one on the train.
I could have done with that last year when I went on the train.
Maybe give me a signed bit of merch. I'm sure I'll be all for it.
I just can't believe it. As long as it's not a salmon pink jumper, I'm okay with that.
A signed one. Right. Signed by Nicholson. Nicholson's own game worn, podcast worn salmon.
Be like a match worn one. Yeah,
that'll be on the late train.
Alright.
I was going to say the night, but we don't even have night buses here. They're all done by 10 o'clock. Anyway, which I'm not. I don't mind.
I know you on that.
Fuck that.
Say that, I used to work in a bookie for ages, and I had to catch the bus back at 10:30. So they do run, and yeah, you get some characters.
Yeah, you get the characters during the day in Plymouth, mate.
I mean,
characters for Plymouth, mate. You know what I mean?
Oh,
In general.
Jesus Christ!
Sat next to sat opposite someone, and he's like on. I thought he was talking on the phone. Then his phone rang. I was like, "Oh, brilliant!"
Chatting to himself.
He certainly weren't talking to me because I did not pay him any attention.
Nice. Good. Right. Anybody got anything else to add about the playoffs before we move on to the BTR awards?
it was just another, like, we're talking about, like, people like Joe Edwards is, I think this is his third finals, and he should be immensely proud of himself again. Like, good halftime show, like, brilliant organisation, like, everything, hopefully for him, ran well. And, good man. Good to Joe and his team for absolutely acing everything. The PR guys were brilliant as well in the arenas. So, brilliant event.
Yeah, I'm a big
Great
fan of
Paro.
Joe. I love what he's done and what he's continuing to do. I still think he looks like Guy Ritchie. It's amazing. It's like having Guy Ritchie directing the BBL. It's good. Legend. If he's listening, good man. Keep up the good work.
He'll be listening. I was on a Zoom call with him today, actually.
Was
No, he'll be listening. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Can't tell you what it was about though. But
Yeah, of course. We get out of you later.
Oh, he's exclusive. I know and you don't know.
Oh, it's about the fucking BBA nonsense. I hope not.
the what?
Yeah, whatever.
No, generally it wasn't about. It was about Patriot stuff.
How was it?
Yeah.
Nice. Good. Well done.
All right, Captain.
Right, let's move on. Let's tell everybody what the BTR awards. But let's. Should we kick things off with the fan vote? What do you reckon?
Well, you've said it now.
We gave the
Let's do
fans several categories: game of the season, best jersey, best team social media, and best independent BBL social media. Let's go game of the season first of all. I don't think there's any surprise. Can anybody guess what it is?
Gladiators. Got to be Gladiators. Can't be anybody
Best
else.
game in BBL history.
Gladiators, easy Tiger. Gladiators in Cheshire.
Certainly, it's certainly up there. It's definitely earned its place at the table. But yeah, it was a clear winner. 68% of all. We had like 100 and 200, a lot of votes basically. 68.6% of the votes went to the trophy final. Patriots Giants second game was next, and Flyers Lions second game as well was up there.
Is that the first one? Flyers one.
What happened in the Patriots Giants game?
Yeah, be the first one.
I think that's the one where it was like 105-97 to the Patriots, and it was just an absolute
It was a good game.
bomb of a game.
Yeah,
So nobody played defense again.
it was a no
Basically,
defense
yeah.
game. In fact, I think we said on the broadcast, Dave Forrester won't be enjoying this because no one's playing any defense.
Oh yes, I do remember. Yeah.
The best jersey. Oh God, hang on. There's a lot of votes. Obviously, people voting potentially for their team as much as anything else. I'm just trying to differentiate whose colour is which. Oh, good Lord. Right. Oh, Nichols going to be happy. Plymouth City Patriots get it. 27.5%. Not far behind them was Bristol
That's
Flyers.
got to be 2 years running.
It might be. Oh, actually, no. Cheshire Phoenix made a last, because it was neck and neck between the Flyers and the Patriots. Cheshire Phoenix made a last-ditch effort, came second. Flyers third. Gladiators fourth, and the Leicester Riders retro kit was fifth. Giants retro kit was sixth, and the London Lions were after that, and there's minimal votes after that. But Plymouth City Patriots for the teal jersey that was as well. Congratulations, Mr. Nicholson. Happy with that?
Jersey. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Big up Adam Farley, who designed it.
Is
Good
there
job,
more
Adam.
teal next season?
I can't possibly talk about this.
Why not? There's
Why are you on this podcast? What are you offering us?
Nah,
gotta be teal.
we plan.
Bin
Nah,
the
there'll be-
white
there'll-
kit. Bin the white kit. Have teal, like the Lakers play in
plan
yellow
will
and
be-
purple.
The plan will be probably 3 jerseys as normal.
Free? I'll have one. $3.99. Right, best team social media. This again was close running. Oh, we might have a draw. In fact, we have got a draw. That's annoying.
Oh,
Out of all the people that voted, it's a tie between the Bristol Flyers and the London Lions. 23.5 apiece. Closely followed by the Plymouth City Patriots on 22%.
I'll behave.
And Caledonia Gladiators after that. Well, you're not biased at all there, Nicholson, are you?
I flip and do it. I'm too biased.
So,
No, I think have we got a vote? Can we vote?
no, it's
for
the
the winner.
fans vote.
Yeah, but it's tied.
Well, if it's a tie, that's it. They'll have to split the trophy and bring
We're
it back
fans.
in half next year. But Lions and Flyers, get it. Lions, to be fair, up their social media game.
I think Lions were fantastic this season, social media wise. I think it was brilliant.
yeah, there's nothing good.
Yeah, they've done some good stuff.
Joel and the Flyers are as solid as always, no doubt about it. But London really stepped it up.
Well, Jack Guthrie does a lot of the social media stuff as well.
Yes, he does. Yeah,
Flyers.
him and
Shout
Joel.
out, Jack.
Yeah.
Done a good job. So there you go, Flyers and Lions. With that one, we have. We got another tie. This is going to be interesting because I'm not sure which colour denominates which. Independent BBL social media. In the running for this was BBL Daily, BBL Maths, Courtsider, Dave Forrester on his own, BBL Fix, BBL Fits, BBL Reference, and the UK Basketball Watcher.
I can't believe you never put BTR on that list, Pabs.
Well, you can't on your own, can you? It's not right. Plus, I don't do enough social media.
Podcast.
We do like a post a week if you're lucky, and that's usually just to advertise the show. The tie is between BBL Daily and BBL Fix, both on 31.4%. Congratulations to them. BBL Fix, of course, didn't they announce that they're not doing it anymore?
He's announced his retirement.
Yeah. So there
Early
you go.
retirement.
He's gone out on top.
He's done a grand job.
He's gone
so
out on
far.
top. There you go. So congratulations, Matt, BBL Daily and BBL Fix. BBL Maths was... well, they obviously had the lion's share of the vote. BBL Maths was 3rd. Dave Forrester was 4th.
Go on, Dave.
Courtsider 5th.
What, Dave?
And BBL Reference 6th. I don't think anybody voted for the UK Basketball Watcher. And there you go. That's the fan awards settled in the books, done. And now we get on to
How many people? What kind of? Did you say a couple hundred people voted?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, thank you all for voting.
Yes. Sorry, I should have said thank you. Thank you all
How
for
many,
voting.
how many votes did my mum make for best social media?
You can only vote once. It's got a very clever system.
Third place.
I don't know how it works. But there you go. So that's that in the books. Job done. Let's go on to...
Mum's 74 Gmail accounts.
How do you want to do this? Should we just do the MVP first and then the rest, or should I do it in kind of reverse order, if you like?
Reverse. MVP's got to be last.
Well, let's start things off with the BTR 5 season team. So this is basically off the raw numbers from when we selected a BTR 5 at the end of every show, at the end of every week. We've totaled up all of the findings, and we can reveal that the BTR 5 consists, and this is not positional, this is literally by how many votes you got.
God, you might love him.
David Sloan, Dirk Williams, Jeremiah Bailey, Larry Austin Jr. and Ramon Fletcher. Mark Lovin missed out by 1 vote.
Where was LVC, by the way?
He missed out by a lot, I guess. I don't know.
A lot more than 1.
Yeah.
So what was the 5 again? Sloan, Dirk, Larry
Sloan,
Austin,
Dirk Williams,
Ramon.
Jeremiah Bailey, Larry Austin Jr. and
Really?
Ramon Fletcher.
2 of my boys there. 2 of my
There you
lads.
go.
Mate, you've
You
done
know-
it. You know what this means? It means that Garant's done too many podcasts with no one else on them.
No, do I know what it probably was? you're voting for at the trophy final, and you just nominated the full team.
Yeah, the full. I think we all did, didn't we? Yeah,
Yeah.
we all did. Good stuff. Right, let's go through the awards. Let's go from bottom to top, if you like, and leave MVP till last. The human highlight reel was a close vote, actually. It was very close. There was only 1 point between the top two. The top man being Taj Green, which I think is fair enough. Taj Green. I would have said the second place was Josh Sharma. I would have accepted either, to be honest with you. But Taj Green gets the nod from us as human highlight reel.
Some of the dunks those two did this season were incredible. Like both of them, like whether it was fast breaks or in a play, sharp. Like both of them have just had some crazy plays. So absolutely brilliant to have athletes in the league that can do that.
To coin a phrase from Kieran Achara, both of them just disgusting. Yeah.
Did we have the almost highlight reel player being Paddy Wang?
We should have, shouldn't we? Or Justin Gordon from the dunk contest, from what I understand.
We could officially call it the In and Out Award.
In and Out Award. Defensive Player of the Year. There were multiple nominations for this. Josh Sharma, Nick Lewis, Hassan French, Prince Onwas, Mo Solowade, Anthony Roberson, Issa Brandon. But the winner, pretty clear winner, 3 points. Clear from everybody else, was Jamel Anderson. I think he might have been our BTR Defensive Player of the Year for multiple consecutive years now. But just a phenomenal defensive player, and the guy that very often they will stick on the opposition's best player, almost regardless of position. He's that good. Certainly 1 through 4, maybe not 5 this year. Although, if he needs some stops, I wouldn't put it past any team that has him. Cheshire obviously this season, to stick him on him, but there you go. So congratulations, Jamel Anderson, which leads us to the Impact Player / 6th Man of the Year. Always tricky with this category because we've toyed with the idea in previous years of just picking the person from each squad who literally is 6th in minutes. But it kind of means more than that 6th man. It's that spark off the bench, or that spark during the game from a player who you don't necessarily maybe expect it from, or you don't necessarily expect from for 40 minutes, shall we say. So I can tell you that it was close again. Nominees for this were Nick Lewis, Fraser Malcolm, David Cohn and Jelani Watson-Gale, and the winner was Kimball McKenzie.
Yes.
He's had a great season. He had a couple of games where he probably led the team, but predominantly the guy is so key in key moments, shall we say, and irritatingly key at times, as I've heard said by many people.
And you're interested to see now, having had such an impactful season, what's next for Kimball. He's broken into the GB setup, played amazing for GB, to be honest, over those games. Really curious to see what...
Isn't he still at Loughborough, though?
I don't know if that's the case.
Interesting.
Fair enough.
He was playing for the Loughborough Bucks team this season.
That's madness.
So
that's great.
He was playing Bucks and he was playing
the
qualies
GB
for
International
GB.
playing Bucks. Fucking madness.
Imagine you're a first year uni student and you rock up
British basketball.
Just guard Kimball McKenzie. Come on, man.
Imagine if you're at Freshers Week and you put your name down to play basketball and you've never really played before, but you thought you'd have a go, and then Kimball McKenzie practically dunked on your head.
I don't know, did Kimball McKenzie go out for the socials, toga party with Kimball McKenzie?
He was the team's chairman. He was in charge of the socials.
Fantastic stuff. Which leads us on to the next one. Genuine rookie of the season. It is not somebody who's first season in the BBL. It's tough to do that because obviously some of the talent that comes in is very high end, and we want this award to go to a legit rookie. So that's what we've done, and there's been so many good rookies this season, more so than any seasons I can remember. I don't know if that's how accurate that is. Obviously that's recency bias, but I just seem to think every time you look at a list of players and where they've come from, what team they've come from, certainly getting ready for commentary and looking at it and thinking, this guy's just come straight out of college. This is insane. So nominees included Mike Hedrick Bell, Javion Hamlet, Jeremiah Bailey, Jelani Watson-Gale, Taj Green, obviously already won Human Highlight Reel Award, but the winner, again, it was pretty close, but he had 3 points clear of everybody else, was David Sloan. Well deserving, I think. Well deserving award. Would you, Jack, my man, as a relatively new, I'm sorry to keep saying that, but as a relatively new BBL fan, watching at it as a fan, it's not easy to tell who the rookies are, is it? Because of how good they've been.
No, you've hit the nail on the head. Like when I found out that it was like even Mark Hedrick's like first full season out of college, right? There's not a chance. Like, and then you know, it wasn't until halfway through the season I found out it was David Sloan's like first season, and I was like, nah. Like the quality that's they're coming out with now, like you just lift off that list, and you've got a pretty solid a BBL team.
Yeah.
You know, and you're not looking at it going, oh, they're inexperienced with Costin. They seem to radiate that experience despite not actually having it.
Yeah, there's a level of confidence. Isn't there?
I mean, you give the ball to your rookie in the corner to win the trophy.
It's a big shot for a kid.
Yeah, and yeah, it's insanity.
It's just the quality of BBL rookie this year has been through the roof. And it'll be interesting to see how many of these guys stay for a year too, how many go on and have maybe move up a level or perceived level. And yeah, what a year. You've got guys on maybe not every roster, but a lot of rosters, whether they were first years in the BBL or first year pros. And I feel this season's been pretty exciting for that as well. You never knew, like Taj Green, brilliant. David Sloan, brilliant. Jeremiah Bailey, that's just three guys, brilliant to watch.
All on one team. That's madness.
I know. We had Patrick Tapé was a rookie too.
Well, it's crazy, isn't it? It's really good recruiting. Which leads us to perfect segue, really, to the next award, which is basically, well, depending on what their role is behind the scenes, are the guys who do the recruiting. It's time for Coach of the Year. We've only got 2 awards left, and then we'll do the teams of the season. But Coach of the Year, the nominees were Ben Thomas, Ryan Schmidt, Atiba Lyons, Coach Andreas Kapoulis, but the winner, very close again between Kapoulis and this gentleman who's not his debut, but it certainly is his first season, not as player coach. It is, of course, Gareth Murray. Great work.
What guy.
Tremendous season for him. Good, solid league finish, a trophy in the bag as well, and a prosperous looking future. Finances obviously looking better. The arena's on its way. It's looking good up there in Scotland, isn't it, Grant?
Bonnie Scotland.
And the sun's come out this week. You might see some sunburn if you guys are able to see me. I was a scarlet colour yesterday, but no, it's brilliant. Like, Gareth's been phenomenal. Like, this season, like, you've just noticed a massive change around the club, obviously, from everything we've said about the change in franchise name, etc. But we've seen, obviously, Gareth coming and putting the suit on and not being on court, and you wouldn't know it was his first year. Like, he's been away with GB, he's been away doing really well with that, and then coming back in, like, a 4th place finish, cup semi-final, trophy winners, and yeah, the guys will probably be disappointed to lose to Cheshire in the playoffs, but that just makes you hungry to do better next time, doesn't it? So yeah, it's going to be a really interesting, cool summer to see what's kind of coming out from the club and to see what's next for Gareth in terms of what he's able to do with the franchise.
Have we been, not just us, but also kind of the league voting as well, of course, because they nominated that their coach of the year obviously was Ryan Schmidt. Have we been? Well, I should clarify that the nominees were selected by fans in the Discord channel. You guys put some nominations in as well for it. I steered clear of it. Let it manifest. See what happens. So thank you first of all to the guys in the Discord for nominating these guys. But have we been harsh in excluding Rob Paternostro? He's been to 2 finals this season and finished second in the BBL.
No. It could really only be 2 people. It's Murray or Schmidt, right? The only 2 people have won something.
I'd argue Kapoulis. He was my vote.
What did he win?
What did he win? He achieved a great deal with a team that nobody thought would achieve anything.
He did.
He achieved
Very much
third,
so.
very nearly achieved second, and progressed through the semi-finals.
He did nearly, yeah, he did. I think he's a great coach. I think he's done really well. Gareth Murray won something, and Schmidt won 3 things.
I'd also say Ben Thomas has what he's achieved with that Cheshire
he nearly
team.
did it as well.
It's phenomenal as well.
No, I agree.
So to say there's only 2, I don't really agree with that.
Yeah, I
don't really agree with Schmidt at all, but obviously that's for reasons regarding the kind of budget he's dealing with and the fact that he's kind of, he's definitely a nominee, absolutely.
I don't think we can discount someone just because the team has a budget. He's won 3 trophies.
Well, we can't discount someone because the team doesn't have a budget either.
No, but we can discount them if they don't win anything.
Not necessarily, because next season's going to be fucking dull if we look at it like that.
Well, you say how many people thought London were going to win all 4 trophies?
Yeah, most people, and they didn't. Is that a failure then? Should he not be there?
No, that's not a failure. It's more credit for Gareth Murray, who went past and beat Ben Thomas in the final. I'm not sure. Did they play Bristol on the way as well?
But then Ben Thomas beat them in the playoff semi-final, so that's kind of.
They did, but that wasn't. That
didn't count. Oh, sorry, I didn't realise that didn't count. My bad.
Why don't you get a trophy for this winning the semi-final?
No, you don't. But you knock the team out.
You do, yes.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And you also
there's lots of elements involved in this. So I just don't agree that there's only 2 people that should win it. Grant, my man.
I think the guys up for it were the right people to be up for it. Having spoke to Rob yesterday, I think the season's been quite frustrating for him. But then when you think about it, the runner-up in the league, runner-up in the cup, runner-up in the playoff finals, lost in the semis of the trophy or the quarters. Did he lose to Sheffield in the quarters?
I can't remember.
Yeah,
so they'd probably look at that as being quite a disappointing season. So I don't think he's been missed off the list for anything other than there's been other coaches that have maybe excelled themselves this season. You go through, I'm a big fan, obviously, of Gareth Murray. I'm a big fan of Ryan Schmidt. I think I'm a big fan of Kapoulis this season. He's pulled together a team that, let's be honest, nobody thought would reach the heights that they have. I'm a big fan of what Ben Thomas has done. He's got a good group of guys playing for him and are all committed to what Cheshire want to achieve. So I would have been happy for any of the nominees that we had for our kind of list to get there. I'm a big believer that you, having spoken a few times to people I've spoken to most coaches this year, and all of them have their own different challenges. Whether it's Lloyd Gardner, who's then at the start of the season had many injuries. The only one I think I reckon I've not spoken to is actually PJ. So PJ, I'll speak to you next season, and
he'll be delighted.
It'll be his honour to talk to me. No, but no, I think anyone who would have won that is this season's been really interesting to watch the sidelines, and Leicester Rider will be interesting what Leicester do next year.
Hey, look, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they haven't done a good job. I'm just being blunt. I don't think they've done a great job, and they've excelled what I thought they would have excelled. Where they would have been this season, both Cheshire and Bristol. Not so much Leicester. You would have predicted them to be top 3 anyway, wouldn't you? But it's just my theory.
And then maybe also think how little's someone like a Connor Washington, who's very much a Rob Glue guy, has missed this season. He might not be the difference of them being higher in the league, winning a trophy or whatever, but he's a massive piece of the Rob Paternostro's kind of jigsaw in Leicester, in my opinion, from watching how they play and what he can bring, whether it's his defence intensity as a guard to actually hitting some pretty big shots over the years. So it'll be interesting. It's a massive summer for Leicester to see in what direction they head in. So yeah.
Good man. Well, that leads us to the final award. and then we'll do the teams quickly. MVP for the season, nominees were Larry Austin Jr., Zach Jackson, Aaron Best, Sam Decker, Mark Loving, and the winner of this season's MVP BTR is VJ King. There we are. How do you feel about that then, fellas?
I think there's been so many brilliant players this season. Like, this has been one of the most, like, probably for a long time, highest level of talent, and guys like VJ King kind of leading that Bristol team to, we're saying on one hand, okay, they've not won anything but a successful season in terms of top three, couple of semi-finals, and again, they've got big plans as well, that franchise, of what they want to move into, arena, etc., talking about playing in that kind of European league, and it'll be interesting to see what VJ does next, whether he sticks around the league or moves on somewhere else. It'll be interesting to see from a Bristol point of view what he does.
Yeah, I think he's a class act. I think without VJ King, they don't finish third. I know they've got a great team. I know they've got a great coach, but without VJ King, they're not third. And without VJ King, they're not in the semi-finals. I think he was certainly Bristol's most valuable player. So I can't disagree with it at all.
Jack, my man.
No, I mean, I'm a big fan of that choice. I think we went up to Bristol to watch the second game up there, and he was just immense, and he has such a presence on the court. He stole the highlights and he stole the headlines every time Bristol seemed to play, and it was either him or Watson Gale, and the job that Bristol managed to do is one of the stories of the season. The fact that I think 90% of people expect them to finish near enough the bottom of the league, and they kind of took that personally, I guess, and they kind of proved everybody wrong with a smile on their face, and he was instrumental to that.
Does anybody think that if he was, because I don't have any confirmation of this, but he seemed to be struggling, carrying an injury towards the end of the season, certainly the last couple of games, and then into the playoffs, and was clearly not right for that second leg against the Riders. Does anybody think if he was fit that they'd have stood a chance to get to the O2? Anybody think he was injured? Yeah.
All ifs, buts and maybes. Like, every team probably had guys banged up, but it's one of those things of kind of managing a season. If we had,
you guys were proper banged up. Yeah.
Like, you just look at a lot of teams. Cheshire were banged up. Leicester been kind of banged
Cheshire only had 6 players.
Well, that's how they play. But yeah, it's one of those ones where you just say, "What ifs, buts and maybes," isn't it? Like, you just he could have been, but then someone else might not have played as well as they might have. Like, he was a phenomenal player, and great to see someone of that level. Was he a? What was he? Was he a All McDonald's, whatever they call it? What do they call it?
Oh yeah, McDonald's All Star.
An All McDonald's.
Yeah, all the McDonald's. That's me.
But he had a farm.
He was a Ronald McDonald star. All.
Oh, actually, I've got to say this before I forget, but no word of a lie. Because Ads spoke to Ramon and knew he was retiring, and was allowed to pass the information on to me. And I did a very good job of not telling any of you as well.
I can't believe you told nobody.
And shut up. And the very next day, my McDonald's order number was 44. It's not a lie. I'll screenshot.
What did you order?
Whoa. We had to pick something up from a house. Oh, nice. We had to pick something up from a Facebook marketplace, and we picked something up from a house. House number was 44. No lie, same day.
Fucking hell. That sounds like a lie, but yeah. That's
straight up. It was after it happened. So we're driving back in the car, and we're like, "Oh yeah, we've got to go. This number 44." And I was like, "No way!" Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
I don't have a 44 story, so I can make one up if you want.
No.
Are you all right? Does anybody want to talk about the elephant in the room regarding the MVP, or should we just move on? I don't mean me.
What elephant? It's a vote, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like 6 or 7 people voted.
6 or 7.
Yeah, so it's what did the British Journalist Awards? They also gave it to VJ King.
Didn't we do a point system for it though? Right, we did a point system. Yeah, so yeah. I don't think I voted for VJ, but I think he was my second choice.
Yeah, he was my second choice too.
Yeah,
Which
No one want to talk about the first choice of a couple of guys?
Decker. I chose Decker for the first choice. Yeah,
me
is
too.
that the elephant? Is Decker the elephant?
Kind of, because obviously that is.
He's a very talented elephant.
Obviously, he was the MVP of the league.
I wish I was that talented as an elephant.
Oh dear. Let's go on there, is it?
No, you know what? You always think going forward, you look at what the NBA's done this year, and they've maybe gone a bit extreme in terms of putting minimum games and conditions of playing.
No, they do that every year. They do that every year. That's a thing every year.
Is this not a new thing they've voted in for the new collective bargaining? Have I totally read that wrong then?
Every year in the NBA. Are you talking about the NBA, yeah?
Yeah.
Journalists in the NBA, Zach Lowe, Bill Simmons, Ryan Russillo, all these guys, all their podcasts, when they start talking about who they're picking, who they're selecting, their criteria, whether it's official or not, their criteria every year is games played, your effect on that team in terms of literal value. That's always a thing. That's always been a thing.
You know what? Is it not to do with... I may have got that confused for All-Star selection then.
Oh, I don't know about All-Star.
Is it not minimum games to be able to go to All-Stars then?
Probably. I don't know.
I just need someone to nod. Just someone nod in agreement.
No
idea.
But
the Decker thing annoys me, as everybody knows, and it's, it always annoys me when you start talking about it, and like Josh, when Josh was on the other week and we were talking about it, and he's going, the guy's played in Euro League and the guy's played in... When you have to start talking about where he's played and what he's done elsewhere rather than what he's actually done in the BBL, then I got a problem. Because he's not played enough games. When you look at the comparison between him, Mark Loving and VJ King, he's not had enough good games compared to those guys either, numbers-wise. And granted, his good games are very good, but you could be Steph Curry and you could sign in the BBL and play next year, but if you don't do it on the court in the BBL, you can fuck off. Do you know what I mean?
Like the best... When I seen Decker play against my team...
Hang on,
go
Grant
first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, the first two games that I remember watching Decker was he's the reason that team won the game. Like with the eye test and concentrating on like just what I've seen from my team, he's the best player that's played against the Gladiators all season, and that's purely what I did my votes based on. I think I went number one one was Decker, two was VJ King, and I think who did I go for my number three?
I can tell you.
Maybe Larry Austin or Zach Jackson.
Your three was Larry. Yeah, Larry Austin.
Yeah,
I'd have liked to
they
put
were
Larry
the three
Austin
best players. The three best players I've seen against the Gladiators this year. So, and you know what? There wasn't much between them. They all won games against my team by themselves. Yeah, and I agree at times. You look at what say Sam Decker played. He played a lot of games at the start. He maybe played a couple of games where he rested, but he's also played through a lot of injuries, and he's had surgery because of said injuries. He was zooming around in a scooter at finals yesterday. True story. But which also just kind of says, well, he didn't probably have to be there, but if he's that out of surgery. But I'm a big believer that in the eye test for that kind of vote, and in my opinion, Decker was red, but he didn't win. And other people voted for VJ King, and VJ King's a very deserving winner of any award. He's won a couple around the league. Was he in all BBL team as well?
Yeah.
Must have been. Yeah, so I think it's clear to see how much of a talent he was as well. So I've no issues with anyone's votes and no issues with my number one not winning, but arguably the top three guys were three players that at times destroyed my team this season.
Yeah, my theory was. Sorry, my laptop did something funny then. My theory is pretty simple. There was no criteria to it, so I thought Decker's the best player in the league, based on watching him play, and I thought with the choices that we had to pick from, I thought VJ King was the second best player. We had no criteria to go on, so I look at it as who do I feel is the best player in the league? Sam Decker.
Jack, my man.
I mean, I only saw Sam Decker live once. I don't think he played the first time they came to the Pavilions.
No, he didn't.
And the second time, they put, I think it was a 50-point loss on us. So I was too traumatised to really remember exactly what he did. But, you know, VJ King, like I said, we went to the Bristol game. We saw him at the Pavilions. He was just, I mean, I think VJ King's a more than deserving winner. And, you know, as good as Sam Decker is, and will be for the next however long his contract extension was, he'll have, you know, I just think VJ King was more for the eye test, as a memorable eye test that didn't traumatise me.
Let's hope VJ King is back in the BBL next year with whoever, because he was phenomenal to watch.
He really was, right. And the size of the guy, like, you don't realise the size of the guy until you see him up close.
Oh, he's a big dude, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. He's an absolute beast, and I definitely don't want to stand in his way.
There was a few guys this season, I didn't appreciate the size of Hassan French until he walked by me, and I'm like, nah, I'm not messing with this boy. That was one big geezer. Like, he was, there's a few guys this season, like sometimes you see Americans come over and they're like, oh, they say they're 6'5", but come on, you're 6'2", maybe 6'3" with your shoes on. But there was a few guys, like when you had like the Lions guys, like Sharma walk on having to duck, not just a little bit under the door, but properly like go under the door. Like, yeah, these are some proper big dudes.
Oh,
yeah. And then Aaron Menzies as well. I wouldn't mess with him.
No, I mean,
he could probably reach me from Leicester right now with his hands. That.
I mean, where we were sat, we were literally like by the court, and like sometimes the ball would come off to the outbound, and you just see these behemoths of men running towards you, and it's scary. You fear for your life a little bit.
I don't think I fear for my life. I did get told to shut up by Darius Defoe this season, so
that's a win, isn't it?
Nice. I'm a fan of that. Definitely. Right, fellas. Let's. I'll give you the teams, and we'll do the quiz. Ads hasn't tried to join yet. I was hoping he would. There's still time. He may still drop in, but we got to get cracking because it's getting late.
Looking at Grant's won nearly every quiz, and I've nearly lost every quiz. This is going to be a train wreck.
Hey, Jack's the unknown here. Jack's the unknown.
The BTR defensive team of the season. Let's start with that. We used an amalgamation of our votes, if you like, and also the Discord channel nominations. We just worked on the numbers and slotted in who had the most representation. And I can tell you that the two guard positions belong to Larry Austin Jr. And Aaron Best. The two forwards are Jamel Anderson and Anthony Roberson. And the centre position is Josh Sharma.
Nice.
That's not bad. I think that's better than the BBL's one.
It's a solid lineup.
Prince on Waz is in the BBL team, so I'm.
Well, yeah. Is it who? Oh, they missed Jamal out, didn't they?
Did they?
Yeah, the BBL team didn't have Jamal in it. I'm pretty sure. Or is it the Brit team didn't have Jamal and the defensive team did?
Yeah, I think the defensive one is one of those ones where if you took one out and swapped him with someone else, no one's going to complain.
Well, I would. Larry Austin wasn't. I don't think Larry Austin was in there either. That guy's phenomenal. He's been the best. He's been the best defensive guard for the last 2 years at least. Tenacious. Right, let's do BTR second team. We did two teams, so we've got BTR second team, BTR first team. The second team consists of two guards, being Ramon Fletcher and Dirk Williams. We've got Zach Jackson and Mark Lovin as the forwards, and we've got Taj Green as the centre. It's not a bad five. It's dominated by two teams, particularly there. Plenty of Giants players in that, and obviously Jackson and Loving. Just shows, doesn't it, how the lack of depth that the Giants.
Was that Ads' team? Is that just what Ads wanted?
It might be, actually.
Are you sure you're reading out the right column there?
Ads put some of them in the first team, I think.
Okay.
Anyway, that's the second team. The first team BTR first team consists of the two guards being David Sloan and Larry Austin Jr., the forwards Sam Decker and VJ King, and the centre was Josh Sharma. That's a good 5 as well, isn't it?
Pretty unbelievable, isn't it?
Average team, yeah.
Happy with that. That's the first time we've done that, a first team and a second team. I quite like that. It's not bad.
I can't. That first team, that's yeah. You can't argue that's.
You're not
fine.
scoring many points on that team, are you? Let's be honest. Offensively they're going to be solid anyway, but defensively that team is probably better than the defensive team of the year.
Wow, that's a good. Well done, well done, our voters for that team. Well done, us.
Well done, us. There we are, and that's it. That's that for that. I was going to tell you who's won the draft, the fantasy draft league, and I can't because I can't find the message with the league table in it. So bollocks to that. Never mind. You try and do something and it doesn't work. There you are.
All those guys are now going to be
playing everyone.
I get. I think. I'm not even going to say I think because I'll get it wrong. It was very close at the top. I know I cocked it up. I say I cocked it up. William Lee got injured, and that was it for me. Really, I had a lead and I couldn't hold on to it. I tried to make some trades, gave away my draft pick for first round next season, which was stupid in hindsight, but I had a crack. Cocked it up. Never mind.
You went for the championship. No one can blame you.
I did. I was going to hopefully win it and then retire, but there you are.
All right,
let's do the quiz. Let's do the BTR quiz of the season. Oh, we should announce first of all, of course, that some fucking northern gypsy has won the predictions again. Playoff predictions was won by a single point. It was between Ads and Grant obviously picked the Lions for the win. Ads picked the Riders. So Grant, congratulations, you've done it again.
I cannot wait for next year's BTR Predictions League already. Regular season champion, playoff champion.
Tits.
Hey, thank you everyone else for taking part.
Fucking bollocks, isn't it? There we go. Right, let's have a different kind of music for the end of season quiz. We've got a general knowledge round. We've got a name 'em round, which I couldn't specify because that's going to be a bit of fun, that one. Going for gold round, which could also be a bit of fun, and the names and numbers elimination round, should we have time. I've got about 20 odd questions, which is just going to be shout your name out.
Yeah.
Oh yes, we're in the van.
There he is. You're Ads?
Evening.
Evening,
man.
sir.
Call
Right.
live for the South Road.
Now Ads is here. We can start the quiz. You up for it? He's frozen. That's a good start. We'll see if he comes back in. I'll put him on the list. We won't hold out too much. And he's gone. Yeah. So the first round is general knowledge, but it's going to be a control so that we're not continually shouting out our names. I will write an order down based on absolutely nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, okay. The first question is up for grabs. Say your name if you think you know the answer. And then after that, if you get that right, you keep control. You get the next question to yourself. If you get that wrong, obviously it opens up to everybody else then. Alright? Does everybody understand? That makes sense?
Makes sense, yeah.
Alright, are you ready? Vocal cords on the buzzer, as it were. Just closing multiple windows. Which were the only 3 teams to beat the Lions this season?
Grant.
Grant's first. Go on, Grant.
Gladiators, Sheffield and Bristol.
That is correct. The next question then is just for you. Unless you get it wrong, then we'll open it up. According to statistics, which player led the league in efficiency?
We had this last week. Who was efficiency? Was it Dirk Williams?
Incorrect. It is open.
Jack.
Oh, hang on. What was that? Jack, go on.
Was it Decker?
was not Sam Decker. He was nowhere near it, which is part of my problem. Anybody else want to have a crack?
Yeah, I will.
Go on then. Cool.
Nothing to lose. Taj Green.
Taj Green was second. Ad, do you want to have a guess at who number 1 was?
BJ.
No, it wasn't VJ King. It was, in fact, Larry Austin Jr. Yeah. There you go. Which team, this is open to everyone, so say your name if you think you know the answer. Which team made the highest number of assists this season?
Man,
Go on, Grant.
Giants.
It was not the Giants. It's open up to everybody else.
Can I not answer
No,
them?
you're frozen out now.
My
Anybody
head.
else want to have a guess? Which team made the most assists?
Jack.
Go on, Jack.
I'm going for London.
Yeah, London Lions. Well done, Jack.
Oh, you bugger. I was thinking London, but I thought I'd let someone else eliminate another team.
So this question is just for you, Jack. Which player had the most blocks this season?
Roberson.
It was not Roberson. It's open to the rest of you. Ads, my man.
Sharma.
It was Josh Sharma. Well played, Ads. God, this is going well. Ads, mate, next question is just for you. Ramon.
Was that not his individual question?
No, that's no.
No.
Yeah, it's opened up. He got it right. You get control of the board.
He got
If you'd have
someone
got it
else's
right,
question
you'd
right.
have got. It doesn't matter.
No, but
You
Jack
get it.
answered one right, and then
did.
that was his next question.
Hey, you got that question. He got it wrong. It was opened up to everyone else. Ad's got it right. He now has control of the board. Simple as that. Not rocket science. You can look as confused as you want.
I think this game's changed.
Ads, my man. This one's for you. Ramon features. All right. Would you want it open for everybody then, and we'll just fucking take forever? Should we do that? Yeah. You want to shout your names out again? Ready? Oh, you've all gone quiet now, bitches. You ready?
I'm waiting.
Can I have my question, please, Babs?
No, this is open for everyone, Ads. It's been, unfortunately, the rules have been changed. Ramon features in the top 10 4 times for single season assists per game, but what was his assist per game this season? Was not 9.
Is it exactly, or are we looking for closest?
No, exactly. It was on all the posts that they put out recently.
Grant is
Go on,
going for
Grant.
7.
Not 7.
I'm waiting for Jack to answer.
I wouldn't. It's not going to be a good answer. But I'm stuck. I can't stop thinking 10.4.
No, not 10. That was the season before he got past 10. Go on,
Okay,
Nicholson, you're the last
it's
one.
It's 8 something, so I'm going to go 8, 5, 8, 6, something like that.
Choose one.
Yeah, hurry up.
Fuck off.
5, 4, 3, 2.
8.6.
8.6 is correct. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced he hasn't looked that up. If I'm honest.
Is that your first ever right answer?
In this quiz, yes.
Right. So this
I
question's
did well
open.
in the last quiz.
This question's open for everybody again. Is that right? Is that how you want to do it?
Yes.
Okay.
No, that's now Paul's
No,
question.
now it's mine.
Now it's Paul's.
Right. Okay. So now it's Paul. Paul, this question's for you. Everybody else, get ready when he gets it wrong. Actually, you probably won't get this one wrong. This is quite easy. Jeremiah Bailey made the through the legs pass during that play, but who made the assist to Sloane's final shot?
Baby.
I should have put time limits on these, shouldn't I?
Grant.
Shit. No, it's my piss off.
Go on, Nicholson. I'm going to have to hurry you.
Was it Tappy?
It was
Grant.
not.
Yeah.
Go on, Grant.
On was.
It was Princeton Onwas. The play was drawn up for him to hit the 3, I think, and it didn't unfold that way, so he dropped it off to the corner. Good stuff. This one's open for everybody then, yes?
Yep.
The Patriots were 4th at Christmas before a fall from grace. How many games did they actually win in 2023?
Jack.
Jack got that one, just.
4, if you include the cup.
Oh,
Grant.
I hadn't included the cup because it's league. Go
Oh,
on, Grant.
chess.
I was going to say 2 in 2023.
2? No.
Paul, 3.
Yeah, it was 3 games.
Say that with gritted teeth.
3 games in 2023.
You're in charge, Paul.
It's another question for Nicholson. Who was the highest point scorer in the cup this season?
Oh, god damn.
What a question.
Was it Mark Lovin?
Hold on, I just realised I've looked at the wrong thing. Give me 2 seconds. What's
You're welcome.
what's your guess, Mark Loving?
Yeah.
I can tell you. Very shortly I'll be able to tell you. That you're right, it is Mark Loving. Good guess. Well done. 52 points totaled for the cup, apparently, this
Wow, that's cool. Who was second? Are you able to tell us that?
season. Costa Koufos.
That was going to be my guess.
Oh, okay.
3 cup games before, obviously. Buggering off. Sorry. Next question. This is open for everyone, yeah? Which team led the league in turnovers this season?
Paul,
Go on, Nicholson.
is it Patriots?
It is Patriots, I'm afraid. Well done. You have control of the board.
Great.
The trophy final was one of the best ever. But what song
Correct.
was playing during the timeout prior to the game winner by Sloane?
Grant.
It's
No,
not
it's
your
Nicholson's
go,
own question.
dickhead.
Dickhead. He should call you dickhead. I called everyone bitches earlier, and now we've had a dickhead. Good. This has been the most violent show so far. It's been a long fucking season, hasn't it?
Well, it was in a timeout, was it?
There was,
Oh,
yeah,
bloody, I
it was
have no idea, mate. Freaking.
Really? There was a lot of
Grant.
buzz about it. People saying that they've been playing the wrong tune. They shouldn't have played it there. But
Oh, was it like did they play the bloody I would walk 5,000 miles for song, whatever,
No.
Proclaimers?
Don't pretend you don't know the song.
go on then, Grant.
Was it not Sweet Caroline?
It was Sweet Caroline. Well done.
Oh, okay.
Does that mean you? No, that was for Nicholson, wasn't it? So this one's
It's
for
open
everybody.
now.
Yes.
How many players managed to score 35 points or more in a single game this
Oh.
season? Go on then.
5.
Nicholson. It's not 5.
Ooh. Most.
So players who managed to score 35 points or more. Did you
Oh, I
just
think
try and
it's
go
Bill.
again, Nicholson? Go on, Jack.
No one else said anything.
I want to say 2.
It's not 2.
Bollocks.
I want to say 11.
What did you say, Grant?
I want to say 11.
No, it's too many ads, my man. You got any idea how many? It's a bit of a trick question because it's been done by a couple of players more than once, so they only count as one.
I think I know.
Ads, my man.
6.
Oh, so close. It's not 6. The answer is 4. But can anybody name them for a bonus point?
Paul.
Scored. Oh, well, no, just shout
Go
them
on,
out,
Paul.
surely.
Well, go on.
Taj Green.
Nope, you're out already. Anybody else?
Mick Foley, Sloan, Bailey, and Williams.
Yeah, good
Mick
stuff.
Foley.
That's all 4.
He's a WWE wrestler, isn't he?
You get a bonus point for that, Grant. For another bonus point, which one of them has done it twice? Anybody can shout that out. So we know it's slow.
Well,
Williams.
Derek.
Who said Williams?
I said Williams. Me.
I think Jack said it first. Williams is 1. Who's the other one?
Slow.
It is Sloan. Well done.
Sweet.
Next question. Is this for everybody now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because nobody got that, did they? Which Trailblazer impressed with his scoring, helping his team reach the semi-finals of the Cup?
Grant.
Jack.
Go on, Grant.
Was it Smith?
What Smith, though?
Ah, for fuck's sake, come on.
I want the full name, my man.
Paul.
Oh, what? Oh, don't.
Right, hang on, Grant. You having a guess at a first name?
No, I'm in a huff.
All right, go on in. Up for the grab. Jack,
Oh, Jack.
go.
Malcolm Smith.
Malcolm Smith, well done.
Jack knows so badly that I said my name first.
Yeah, but Grant was still answering, so...
He was still answering. Jack, my man, this question's just for you. This is a good one, this one. Who had the better statistical season? Malcolm or Marcus Delpeche?
Marcus.
Oh! No, you can't have that one. It's two options. No, statistically, Malcolm Delpeche had a better season.
What's the difference?
It wasn't close. When I looked through it, it was basically in every category. Every points,
really?
More points, more rebounds, more everything. So Malcolm
To be
Delpeche.
fair, I get them mixed up. I'm not sure which one plays for which team.
Next question for everybody. Which team led the league in offensive rebounds?
Paul.
Go on, Paul.
London.
No.
Grant.
Go on, Grant.
Oh, okay, so 9 options. I just shouted there. Let's go with Giants.
Not Giants.
Jack.
Oh, Jack.
Leicester.
Not Leicester either. Ads, my man. You got a free guess here.
Bristol.
It is Bristol. Man, Ads, my man. Just quietly assassinating everybody in the room. Ads, my man, this question's just for you then. Which player scored the most points in the league this season?
That's him just frozen.
Dirk.
It is Dirk Williams. You keep control as well. Or does nobody remember me saying that? If you get it right, you keep control of the board. Nicholson's shaking his head because he's getting competitive.
I remember.
So this next one's for you as well then. Who has the best 3-point percentage this season? And I feel bad because it's a bit of a trick one. Who has the best 3-point percentage this season? With absolutely no stipulations on shots taken or anything.
God, that could be the Giants, you know.
It's one player.
Oh, a player.
Yeah, which player?
Oh, so no stipulations zone, like no minimum shots.
No. Any ideas, Ads?
Dirk Williams again.
No, it's not Dirk. Anybody want to have a guess?
Man, I'm going to go with someone stupid, like Legend Roberton. Like 1 from 1.
It's not, no, but I like where your head's at. Nicholson?
Paul. Whelan.
Yeah, go.
Whelan.
No, it's not Whelan. Jack, my man?
Oh, I'm just trying to think. Like, is
It's
it
on the BBL website right now.
I'm so mean. I don't think any of you are going to get it.
Am I close with that kind of thought process?
No.
Hold on.
Oh,
Is it Will?
fuck it then. Jules Stankoda.
No,
No.
I'll draw a line
Is
under
it
it
Will
now.
White?
It's Milo Gordon, who played 2 games for the Riders, and he was 1 for 1. 100%. You can't beat that. Right, next question's open for everybody. This one has got a stipulation. Who has the best 3-point percentage for players shooting more than 53s this season?
Grant.
Go on, Paul.
Patrick Whelan.
It is Patrick Whelan. God, he's having a good one, Nicholson, tonight. It's looking good for him.
Has to be
We've got 2 questions left. So this one's yours then, Nicholson. The Bristol Flyers had their best league finish ever, but what was the question asked of them quite regularly?
Are they legit? It's my fuck off. Are they legit?
You know. Correct. Are the Flyers legit was the was the question asked, which means you get the last question. Sam Decker was named league MVP this season, but what record has he broken in doing so?
Player who played the fewest games.
No. There is a player who played less games.
It's my
Bird,
mate.
because they're in that, but he played less games because they only played 20 games a season. But anyway, go on, Nicholson.
What record did he beat?
This is to the best of my knowledge, by the way. This is probably wrong. But go on.
Is it something like? Is it something to do with like the least amount of points or point averages? MVP?
No, anybody else want to have a guess?
No. Okay.
I don't think I understand the question. What's he? So he's broken a record as an MVP.
This season,
The only guy. No, he can't be the only guy to come
certainly for the last few
from.
seasons I can remember.
Oh,
You're out.
Yeah.
I think I know.
Who's having a guess?
I wouldn't mind just another pop afterwards if anyone gets it wrong.
Anyone want to guess?
I was going to say, is he the only guy to come from? No, because there's been guys that played NBA. I don't know.
No. Jack, you
Is
having a
he-
guess?
Yeah, has he got the highest win percentage of MVP?
No. Ads, my man.
Well, all I can think of is what I said to start with.
I'll tell you, he certainly over the last few years.
Not for a point.
Go
Not for a
on.
point. Is it his shooting percentage?
No. He's the only player to.
He's like
For the last, at least the last, I think I looked it up across the thing. The last a number of seasons, he's the only player to win an MVP and not win a Player of the Month award.
ooh.
Interesting.
Which fucks me off even more, if I'm honest. But there you go.
Goes to show what a fix it really is, then, doesn't it?
Welcome back, ads.
Right, which leads us seamlessly on to the next.
Who won the last Player of the Month?
The next part of no one.
Austin.
Yeah, they haven't put it up.
Oh,
Did they put it up, Austin?
April's. I didn't know who won April's. That's all.
Larry Austin.
Oh,
Is it?
nice.
Okay, well remember that because this part of the quiz is going to be name the Player of the Month.
Right, I'm ready. Right.
April.
So you must name the player and the month in which they won it to get a point. There's obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 months. Out of the 7 months, let's do it like a gamble. Grant, how many do you think you can name?
Fuck.
Without looking it up.
Quickly. I'm quickly Googling. I'm going to
Ad's
go
his ear.
with.
That's Adam's ear there. There we are. All right.
Disgusting.
That's fucking brilliant.
How many is there?
7. Because the first month is combined. So they do September, October is 1 award. November, December, January, February, March, April.
2.
Oh, you're going 2. I was going to say 5.
You reckon you can name 5?
Yeah.
Nicholson says 2.
Yeah.
How many can you name, Jack? Can you beat 5?
I reckon I've got a solid 3.
Solid 3
Oh,
from
so
Jack.
one-
Ads, how many can you name out of the 7?
2.
You reckon? So, okay, 2 and 2. Go on then, name them, Grant. You've pitched in the biggest one.
So, Larry Austin in April.
That's 1.
Yes, thank God you didn't play that.
Trick.
I know. Okay, LVC 1-1. But did
What
he win
month?
November, December? November.
Correct. Well, I shouldn't be saying correct, should I? Because everybody else is going to have a go, but a bit late now. I won't say if you're right anymore. I'll just tell you when you're wrong. Go. So that's 2 guesses. You've had Larry, you've had LVC. Give me your other 3.
Did Kimball win? Kimball won 1, and Kimball won in. He won this year. When was he hot? He got hot just for the GB window. So February.
2 more guesses.
William Lee was the first one, wasn't he? And that must be so. That's that. What was? Did you say they joined the first one?
Yeah, September, October.
So 1 more. Kufos at Christmas, so December.
He's only gone and done it, hasn't he? He's named the 5. Well done, sir.
I couldn't tell you who the other one was, though.
Does anybody want to have a crack at the remaining...
What dates
2?
left?
Oh, no, there's only... How many have you got left?
There's only 2 months left.
2 left,
I
yeah,
said
go on.
5.
So we've got January and March left.
I'm
Did
pretty
Ali
sure.
Hopkins get March?
I'm pretty sure. Oh,
Oh, hello. No, he didn't.
wasn't it VJ King who got?
Which month?
I'm sure he got. He got. Shit. He got the December one, was it?
No,
I
it's
said
January or March
Coupons.
you got.
Oh, sorry, January one.
Yeah, give you that.
I did also have LVC down and Larry Austin, by the way.
Good man. You don't get those as points because you didn't bid high enough. Anyone want to... You got a point for VJ King. Does anyone want to put a point for the March Player of the Month? Ads, my man. I would have thought you'd have got this, Ads.
Is it Taj Green?
It is Taj Green. Cool.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Taj Green.
Really
Player of the
well done.
Month for March. No Sam Decker. And can I just say, fuck off to everybody, because William Lee was the best player at the beginning of the season. Player of the Month for September, October. Bollocks. There you go. Fucking eat that. Suck on that, Josh Bett, who's not even here. Giving it all the large. Anyway. It's time for the much anticipated Going for Gold round. A similar system to what we've done previously in terms of shouting out your name or saying your name if you've got a child in the house that you don't want to wake up. Does everybody remember Going for Gold?
No.
So basically you're trying to guess a player from a set of clues. I'll give you 4 clues. If you get it on the first clue, obviously you get 4 points. Third clue, 3 points. Second clue, 3 points. Third clue, 2 points. Blah, blah, blah. The more clues you get, the less points you get. And he used to read it out in the following style, if I remember rightly. I won't do the Irish accent because I can't.
So is it a player we've got to name?
So you've got to guess who this player is. I was born September the 16th in 1994, and my hometown is Toledo, Ohio. Anybody want to have a crack at that? You will be frozen out if you have a guess.
So if we
That's the
answer,
other thing.
if
If you have a guess and it's wrong, you'll be frozen out. I'm going to move on.
I feel like this one.
I played high school basketball for St John's High in Ohio. Delphos, whatever you say that. And I was eligible for draft in 2017.
No, it's not what I think it is. That's high school you just said, didn't you?
High school.
Okay, no.
Anybody having a crack?
No.
No, I'm going to move on then. Your third, this is worth 2 points now. I spent my NCAA D1 career 4 years at Ohio State, accumulating over 1,300 points and playing over 3,414 minutes. At Ohio State. It's a very intense.
Pissed off, I don't know this.
So hold up a minute. Is there only one question left?
Actually, there's a second part to that. Is I made my professional debut in the G League in 2017, where I represented Delaware, which I think are the 76ers team, and the Clippers G League team as well the following season.
I'm just going to put a guess in because
this is for 2 points at the moment.
Why not? Yeah, because otherwise it's only 1 point lost. So I'm just going to go with Jordan Taylor.
It's not Jordan Taylor.
He played at the same school as.
He did. That's correct.
Because he made a big deal of that. That's the only reason I know that.
Final clue then. For the last 3 seasons, I have been playing for the Leicester Riders.
Grant.
Go on, Grant.
3 seasons froze me. Zach Jackson?
It's not Zach Jackson.
Connor Washington?
Oh, no.
I'm done now, aren't I? I'm done.
Yeah, you're out.
Yeah. It's not Connor Washington.
It's Matey Boy, isn't
I
it?
was trying to read the rest of that clue.
Mark Loving.
Let's go on to the next one. No one got any points for that one. Disaster. And that's fucked off. It was, of course, Mark Loving, although I did get the dates wrong, which I apologise for.
It's only one.
Everybody ready? So your first clue.
Ready.
Inbound. Here it comes. Don't forget, you can buzz in at any time if you think you know what it is. But if you get it wrong, you are. Oh, really? Should I take that as? No,
that's a joke. Nonsense.
Right, you ready? I was born January the 13th, 1998, and my hometown is Aurora, Colorado.
I'm not risking it.
Guesses?
I'm not risking it.
Anyone want to risk anything on that one?
I'm not risking it.
I'm still trying to figure out how the old make him.
I played at high school at Overland High, Aurora, Colorado, and was available for the NBA draft in 2020.
This is great content and nobody says anything.
Third clue. I spent 4 years at NCAA D2 level for Colorado Springs.
Grant.
I averaged 10. Oh, go on, Grant.
Oh, you may have just screwed me. 10. D2, I'm going to go Taj Green.
It's not Taj Green.
I couldn't be, he was too old for Taj.
I averaged 10.81 points per game and played 25.9 minutes per game.
Oh. What school? No, college, sorry?
Colorado Springs.
Don't change it.
Don't change what?
Don't go to the next one yet. How long have I
I
got?
have to hurry you. Not long. It's nearly 11 o'clock. Well, it is 11 o'clock.
It was 11 o'clock.
Go on to the... Go on.
No, go on.
I'll go on to the next one. I've spent my season... This is the last one, by the way. I've spent my season playing for the Surrey Scorchers. Oh, go on.
Wang.
It is Padet Wang. Congratulations, Nicholson.
Should have taken it before.
Did you actually have some?
Colorado Springs, yeah.
How?
I knew a coach there when I went to the States.
Fair, you said that to me before.
Yeah.
Next one. I was born February the 24th, 1989. My hometown and birthplace at Canton, Ohio.
A lot of people from Ohio.
Big place.
Yeah. Good. Any guesses on that one early on?
No.
What did you say his date of birth was? 1989.
1989. I'd be well impressed if any of you get it from the very first clue.
Just go a bit.
Next clue. My high school was Glen Oak High School in Ohio, and I was available and selected in the first round of the NBA draft in 2008.
Grant.
Pick 23. Oh, go on.
It must be Kufos.
It is Costa Kufos. I'll play
Then
to
it
you.
could be.
Yeah,
so
that's one.
3 points for that as well.
Oh, he shoots, he scores.
That's big time.
Good effort. We've got a couple more to do, and then we'll do the last round. One more round. Well, it is the. Actually, I've got to look this one up because I don't know how much information they've got. No, they've got a fair bit. Oh, that is wrong though. Okay, this one might be interesting. And fingers on buzzers. This could go quickly, and you could get all 4 points. I was born July the 15th, 1994. And although my hometown is London, England, I was born in Albania.
Pull.
Jack, I think, got that one.
Oh, piss.
LVC.
Lisa Dusha, 4 points.
No.
Put him right back in the running. Well played, sir. Good.
When you listen to this back,
You'll hear Grant's name first. You'll hear Grant.
I
you'll
heard of
text
massive
me.
names. The only one I made out
I'm
of it
sorry,
was Jack.
Paul. You should have won the quiz.
We'll do one more.
think you
We'll do
will,
one more. We'll do one more. Ready?
Do you want me to turn my volume up? Speak louder?
I was. Speak quicker.
Look
I
into
think it
the
might be
future.
today. I was born the 22nd of January 1997. In
When
Akron,
do I start
Ohio.
now? Should I say mine now?
Oh, if you want to. You ready? Do you think you know who it is? It's another player from Ohio.
For God's sake.
So carry on, mate.
Anyone having a guess?
No.
Akron, Ohio? No?
Akron, same place as LeBron. Oh, it was. Oh,
Oh, this is what I thought might come up. I'm going to move on to the next one. High school. Go on, Paul. Technically, I've started on the. It is VJ King. Technically, I'd started on the next question.
Oh, don't do me like that. No.
Well, I've got it. I'd started. I said I'm going to move on. I started on the next question. It is VJ
You said
King.
he went to high school. That's for every American player.
Well, I'm starting to do the next question. It's like start of the third quarter. I can't
give him it just in case. Just give him it. Like just
I'll give it one extra one on there. He went to Paul VI Catholic High School in Fairfax, Virginia. His AAU team was Team Takeover. G League for the New York Knicks. Oh no, Summer League. Sorry, NBA Summer League for the Knicks. And 3 years in NCAA D1 for Louisville before obviously ended up at the Bristol Flyers by way of whoever AB Conturn is. I don't know who that is. There you go. Luxembourg. That's it. That's who that is. Splendid. Let's go to the last round so we can all go to bed and knock this on the head. Names and numbers. It is the usual rules.
Is it Thursday?
Is it what? Thursday? It's not been that long, has it? I will open the game by game stats. Please refrain from cheating as best you can. I know it's tempting. But we're going to be looking for... And you get 1 life each for this so that we're done and out of it a bit quicker than usual. We are going to be looking for... are we doing total stats? I've just closed the window so I can't tell. Hold on, bear with me. Player stats from this season from the league, unless I specify otherwise. I think it's all from the league, to be honest with you, just to make things a little bit easier. So yeah, all league. We're going for the top 10 players for total defensive rebounds. Defensive rebounds, not total rebounds.
Yeah, when you said name and numbers, I thought you'd talk about the numbers on their jerseys.
I know. I was really worried.
That could be fun. So currently the standings: Nicholson's in the lead by 2 points. Closely followed by Grant.
Take that point off him.
6 points behind that is Jack, and Ads has vanished, although he did quite well from the car. So yeah, Nicholson, because you're in the lead, you get to go first.
Mm-hmm.
Top 10 for defensive rebounds. Give us a name.
Dalpesh, Bristol Dalpesh. Malcolm Dalpesh.
Oh my god, he's lost a life.
He's in!
Total rebounds. Malcolm Dalpesh is the higher of the Dalpeshes.
Did you say defensive or total?
Just defensive rebounds.
How many lives I got left?
That's it, you're out of this one. Grant, you're next.
Oh man.
What are you looking down for, Grant? Don't look down at your phone. Get your head up.
He's not checking, is
Shut
he?
up.
Come on, Grant.
Taj Green must be up there.
Taj Green, indeed, is number 1.
Why is Delpeche such a weird choice to go for?
Dude, he's a fucking beast, isn't he?
Should have done minus scores if you lose a life on the first go.
Don't make up rules now.
Go on, Jack.
Menzies.
Who's that? Aaron Menzies. Yeah, he's not played enough games for total rebounds. You're out straight away. That's an easy point for Grant Young.
It's only 1 point. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, behave, mate.
Absolute amateurs.
Damage limitation.
Next category, we are going
Menzies and Delpeche.
total steals.
Steals, okay.
8, 9, 10. And we need the top 10 for total steals.
I'm not going with Delpeche.
Grant's going first this time.
Cheshire led the league, so I'm going to go with Larry Austin.
Larry Austin indeed is there. Nicholson?
I've kind of helped you, surely a couple there.
I'm just thinking of the defensive team and defensive nominations. Bloody, what's their name? Yeah, because you're right, because Cheshire had like more than loads of everyone put together, didn't they?
We talked about this like last week.
Yeah, Anderson.
Jamal Anderson is there. Jack, my man, you'll go.
Marcus Evans.
Marcus Evans is there as well.
Hey.
Congratulations. 7 names left on the board.
Now it gets
Grant,
worse.
back to you.
Steals. Who's the other guy? Was it? No. Who was the guy that got up there at the end of the season? Sheffield Sharks. Oh, we talked about this. Was it Nelson?
Saeed Nelson, yeah, he's there as well. Nicholson, you'll go.
I was going with the other guy from Sharks. What's his face? Ramsey.
Is that your guess?
Yeah. I was ready with him.
Ramsey is not there. You've lost a life.
He's not in steals.
He only came halfway the season, remember?
Yeah. Jack, my man, you'll go.
That's a tough one. I got lucky with Nelson then.
Do we get the amount of points? So I've still got a point.
No.
That's just all square then, if I win this.
Jelani.
Jack, my man.
Jelani, what's in go? What's in go?
I'm just looking down the list. Jelani's outside the top 10. So another win for Grant.
I'm not liking this, Grant.
I mean, you chose
that list consists of the
Hassan.
names.
Come on.
The names we missed out. David Cohn, Nick Lewis, Jeremiah Bailey, Issa Brandon, Dirk Williams, and Mo Solowadi.
Issa. Bloody hell, yeah.
Yeah, Issa's a good defensive player.
Sorry, Issa.
Right, I can tell you now that you two are tied. Nicholson and Grant are tied. We go to the last category. It's all on this. And it's going to be... Oh, my word. I'm so sorry.
What is it?
It's total turnovers. And Grant, you're going first.
Oh.
That's tough.
It is tough. It's very tough.
Who's turned the ball over the most? So it's going to have to be some guards who handle the ball tons. Yeah, you know what? David Sloan had games where he had like 5, 6, 7 a game. Sloan must be in the top 10.
Sloan is second on that list, yes. Nicholson?
I'm thinking there's got to be a Patriots player in there. He's going to hate me if I say it.
We'll say it because it's now 11:15. 11:15.
12? By any chance, is LVC Dusha in there?
LVC is third on that list. Jack, my man, it's over to you.
Fletch.
Fletch is top, I'm afraid. I don't want to leave the show on that. Fletch indeed is there. Grant, my man.
I'm going to go with David Cohen.
Oh, yes, David Cohen is there. Nicholson, it's over to you.
I'm staying close to home. Is Rashad in there as well?
Rashad Hassan scrapes in. Yeah, he's 10th on that list. Jack, my man, your turn.
Issa.
No, Issa Brandon's not on that list.
Well, I'm glad
He's not far out. Good effort though. Back to Grant.
Again, needs to be guards to handle the ball. Let's go. Said Newcastle. Said Gladiators. London, probably not. Sheffield. Nelson.
So Nelson is there. Yeah. Nicholson. This is for the win. This is good.
Really? Oh shit, the bed. Okay.
No, don't do that.
So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Only look, I should do that.
There's only 4 names left.
Oh. Bloody, what's his name? Sorry, God, Wang.
Wang is there. Yeah.
Does a turnover count for missed dunks?
Possibly. Quite possibly. Air balls and missed dunks. Not that he shot a lot of air balls, I'm just,
Is it me?
3 names left. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Who players? I'm wondering if there's anyone else. My club who frustrated the living daylight out of me. I'm gonna go Jeremiah.
Jeremiah Bailey is there indeed.
Love the turnover.
2 names left. Nicholson.
I'm staying with guards. I'm trying to think of teams that we haven't picked yet. Have they got to play a certain amount of games? I got this messed this up last time.
Well, it's totals. So
okay,
the more games, the better. Surely,
the more likely they are to.
Yeah.
Like Ramon played all 36. So.
Nelson for Sheffield.
Oh, we've had him already.
We've had him already, have we?
Yeah.
I thought that was for something else. Sorry.
No, we've had him in both categories.
Okay. Ramsey hasn't played enough, so I'll skip Sheffield.
Yeah.
We've learned that already.
You learned that
one.
I do like this question because you're really having to think, aren't you?
I don't like it. I don't like thinking.
Well, you get this wrong and you've lost, but you've had a better.
No, if I get this wrong and Grant gets one right, then I've lost.
I've already answered first.
Grant went first. Yeah.
Did you? That's...
Oh, sorry.
Okay. All right, like that, is it? Evans for Cheshire.
Oh, that's a good one.
Marcus Evans is 12th. He's outside the top 10. Congratulations.
Hey,
who was left?
Grant Young. The last player was Taj Green and Mike Miller.
Oh, I don't think I would have got them. Maybe Miller, but
yeah, no one really went for Bristol.
I was going to go Cheshire next. So when you said
Evans,
I was going to say either Evans or Austin. So
there you go.
Yeah, he was.
So that is it. That
handler,
does it for this week's show, and indeed this season. We're going to take a bit of a break. Before we go, fellas, let's go around you. Grant, my man, anything to say in closing?
Just another win on the Grant list.
What song do you want as well? Well, think about the song. I'll get that off you at the end.
Check the VAR, please, for Jack's answer on LVC. Because
nah. Please, on the edit, you'll hear
please don't edit it out. Leave it.
You'll hear me go. Just throwing it in there.
Just picking the part of the carcass of the fallen,
Yeah, what a season. It's been a long one. What we the middle of May, season's done. I think everyone, players, club officials, fans, podcasters, are looking for some time off from basketball. Really enjoyable season. Obviously, an absolutely highlight for me is seeing my club lift a trophy. What a day! What a moment! What a kind of special thing to be part of. For especially with the direction the club's going in and what they want to achieve. It's pretty awesome to see the kind of plans and what it's hopefully going to be such a prosperous next season and seasons after. From a league point of view, we see teams wanting to enter Europe. We see teams moving to new facilities. It's been loads of steps forward with Sheffield going to a new place. Have Bristol broken ground yet? No, so we might break ground this year with Bristol, so that would be a massive highlight. And yeah, whoever else plans on, yeah, we hear it's coming, so even brilliant news as well. Them going in for Europe, talks to Gladiators going Europe. Looks like a promising 23-24 season. Pabs, thank you for having me on this again. Kind of now was part of the furniture now, so sorry for listeners. And yeah, brilliant BTR. Thank you everyone for listening as well.
Well, thank you for joining us week in, week out. Nicholson, my man, anything to say before we go?
Where do I start? No, Pabs, thank you to you, mate, for making all this stuff happen. I appreciate it.
I wouldn't be the same without you lot. It'd be boring if it was just me sat here talking.
Yeah, you push the buttons, you recruit us, you do your thing.
Yeah.
And for all the stuff that you've done with us at Pat's as well, which we have already spoken about, but yeah, we appreciate that so much.
Shout out on the Ramon video, by the way. That was
the Ramon video was super good.
I think it's the best thing I've ever made.
Yeah.
Well, except for my kids, obviously.
Do you know what? You finish off, boys. It's been a crazy, crazy season. As for me, as a BBL member, a club member of staff in the BBL, it's been a crazy season. But our highlights, I have to say, bringing my little boy Luca to his first Basel game was awesome. I've now officially got to that moment, which is cool to see him at the game, which was nice. Amazing Patriot fan support through all the horrible times and tough times. But no, as far as everything else goes, no, it's been a cracking season. The league is going in the right direction. I was privileged to be a part of lots of projects going on in the BBL, which we're still seeing the fruits of that labour now. It's been an exciting time. So, Pabs, thank you very much. I do appreciate it as always. I'm looking forward to a holiday at some point.
Jack, my man.
Well, I'm just happy to be here. No, it's been a really good season. I mean, obviously you can have ups and downs. You do most seasons. I think watching other games as a neutral has been a lot of fun. Living and dying on the Patriots week in, week out has been eventful. But you wouldn't have it any other way.
No, we would. I would definitely have it another way.
Given the choice. Without the choice, you wouldn't have it any other way.
Try and be diplomatic, but
Yeah.
But no, yes. I mean, we've got, obviously we said at the top, we've got Nicholson coming on. We're recording that tomorrow. Then we're probably going to take a bit of break. And then just go again for the new year once he decides he wants to let us know what's actually happening in terms of sign-ins and other news coming out from the clubs. I mean, obviously,
tells him nothing.
Like, to be honest with you, I'm not expecting it for a while because, you see how hard he works around the club. I mean, it's fun to rip into him, but he does work hard. He does run around with a blue-ass fly most of the time.
Who, Nicholson?
Like a worker bee.
Yeah.
Normally because I've forgotten something, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't trying. You try to help someone, and they just throw themselves under the bus. It's just fine. But it's been, I want to thank you guys for letting me come on. It's been an absolute brilliant time. I want to thank obviously Pabs for giving me the sort of confidence. I've had a few chats with you in terms of carrying on with the podcast. And Grant, obviously, I've reached out to you even before it started, and you replied a lot quicker than I expected. So cheers for that as well.
I don't do much, so it was always going to happen.
But yeah, it's been I'm looking forward to next season.
Good, man.
Ended yesterday.
Well, thank you, fellas, for joining me all season. Thank you, Ads. I know he's not come back on, but he's got a lot going on, bless him. Josh as well for appearing every now and again. If he appears now, we can jog on. He's not joining now. We are about to finish for the season. It's been a long season. I need a rest. There's been ups and downs. Perhaps it's offered up more questions than answers at this stage. We'll see how things progress. Definitely need a break because I feel a bit disillusioned to a degree with various conversations with people around the league. But we'll have at least a couple of weeks. I can't imagine. I mean, if they announce the rebrand tomorrow, I doubt we'll have a special regarding it because I'll be honest, I'm not going to like it no matter what. But we may well have a special with Ramon, either the end of this week or beginning of next week. So do look out for that. But other than that, yeah, let's have a little rest. Let's have a little break, shall we, fellas? And we'll come back and do some what was it? We're going to do the movie draft finally
from 2021.
We'll do the movie draft. We might do some movie reviews. It depends how scarce the news is across the BBL and whether or not.
Yeah, last summer went mental. Can we just get a few weeks of non-mentalness?
Yeah, I don't. We're having a few weeks regardless. I can't be asked.
I'm with you on
fellas, thank you very much. Everybody at home, thank you very much for listening this season. And like I said, we'll be back at some point. But until then, take it easy. We'll speak to you not particularly soon. Oh, Grant, what song do you want, by the way?
I was robbed. Don't give it to Grant. I was robbed.
I feel like the song of there's two songs that spring to mind. And it's the song that Paul, the first one I think it needs to be the song that Paul thought was 5,000 miles. But
I don't know how many miles it is, mate.
We bit of Proclaimers. End on a high. Grant winning everything this year. We're going Proclaimers 500 miles.
Well, there we are. Till then, till next time, take it easy. We'll speak to you soon.
I'm next to you when I go out. Yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I haver, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's havering to you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm working, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you. And when the money comes in for the work I do, I'll pass almost every penny on to you. When I come home, oh, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home to you. And if I broke, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's going over you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be a man who walks 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm lonely, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's lonely without you. And when I'm dreaming, well, I know I'm gonna dream about the time when I'm with you. When I go out, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. And when I come home, yes, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home with you. I'm gonna be the man who's coming home.